Hi, I'm Watkins, serial entrepreneur and startup journeyman. Welcome to another episode of Founder's Journey, where we discover the road less traveled of entrepreneurship together. Today I want to talk about creating mission and vision statements for your personal life as well as your professional life as well. So I first heard about creating mission statements and thinking about your purpose in life when I was a senior in college. Actually, there's a program that I was accepted to called Leadership up in Champaign, Illinois. And what Leadership does is takes college leaders from different universities and takes them out to basically the middle of nowhere to go through different leadership activities as a group, as well as I guess personal and just independent reflection time as well. So one of the activities that they had us do was to think about what drove us as a person and what our mission in life and how we were going to impact the world. So I thought about this and I eventually came up with my personal mission statement that I still use today, which is to become a tycoon politically, socially, and economically so that I may have a positive impact on my community. So this was really important, and we'll go through how I developed my mission statement so you guys can do the same as well later in this video. However, the reason this was one of the most important things that I did is because it was a defining factor for me to turn down my corporate job offers from Bank of America, GE, the rotational programs when I was graduating from engineering school, and take a leap of faith and move to Syracuse to work with my brother Boyce to help him build his professional speaking business. I think that's one of the main benefits of having something like this, and I see there really being three main benefits to it. So number one is it gives you guidance and focus in regards to how you want to live your life and what is important to you. It also is something that can really inspire you on a day-to-day type of basis, because my personal mission and my company mission and visions inspire me greatly to achieve success. And third, it's a way and a tool to bring other people who share similar missions or who are inspired by your mission to come join your team and do work for your company because they believe in what you're doing and what your product is doing and selling. So I did that, and I started Great Black Speakers, and for a long time Great Black Speakers didn't really have a clear mission in terms of what we wanted to do that was aspirational. When I first started Great Black Speakers, it was just to book speakers for different speaking engagements, us get our commission and let that be it. Over time, things started to change, and Great Black Speakers is the first company that I was a part of that I developed along with our team the mission and vision for the company as well. So that mission is to be an information and inspiration disseminator whose goal is to deliver powerful messages to the masses. So that's very aspirational and gives me room to grow. So instead of thinking of it as just Great Black Speakers, I really think of it as Great Black Brands. And our job is to take expertise of speakers and other experts and transform as much of that content and their thoughts and ideas in multiple formats so that more and more people can hear what they have to say and listen to them and learn over time to how to lead a better productive life, or maybe some other form of information that is important. Next, one of the things that I did was really think about it as I worked for Financial Juneteenth and Watkins Media Group, thinking about longer term, excuse me, what we wanted to do with the company, because we started out with a website, Financial Juneteenth, which delivered news catered towards the African American community. It's kind of like a mix between Business Insider and Black Enterprise for the new generation. But I was thinking more broadly, long term, in terms of what was important to me and what I wanted to build with that company along with Boyce. And what we came up with is to be an information hub of Black wealth creation. So anything related to the information age or information in regards to individual entrepreneurs, startup companies, or whatever else it may be, large African American owned companies. We wanted to be that hub, and we wanted to be that foundational support system and that institution that helps create wealth for generations to come within the African American community. And with this actually lined up with an extension of my personal mission statement, which I shared with you earlier in this video, to more specifically what I'm working on right now, which is to develop build the IT infrastructure, the information technology infrastructure of the Black community. So when I wake up every day, everything that I do is centered around that and guided around, what does that look like long term. In a future video, I'll share with you my, business development plan in regards to how I want to do that step by step over the next 15 to 20 years to make it happen. One interesting thing also happened is the idea of flex pads really came out of nowhere. It wasn't something that I was, dying to do in the beginning. It was just an opportunity so big that I really couldn't pass by. So, even as an entrepreneur, I want to focus as much as possible, and this is something that, I've always had, trouble doing, and I'm trying to get better at. Even, with that, if there's an opportunity that you just really can't, pass by, and it's something that really excites you and gives you purpose and meaning in life, by all means, go for it. So with FlexPads, we want to empower people to live everywhere. We want to really, our main goal is to move people and move the world from the fixed housing concept, which is severely outdated, to more of a flexible housing concept as well. But also, doing something like FlexPads really does fit back into my mission and my vision and what I want to work on in regards to building out the IT infrastructure of the Black community as well, because it gives me that wealth and that capital that I need from the general and broader audience to reallocate that wealth specifically to things that I really enjoy and that I want to work on in terms of my personal passion as well. So you may be asking, how do you go about developing your personal mission statement as well as, company mission statements and visions as well, because it's really important because there's so many things that can distract you as an entrepreneur. Having this can keep you extremely focused. And also, you need something to help motivate you every day when you wake up and, when you're going through an Excel spreadsheet or doing financials or whatever else they may be. Always keeping in mind, why you are doing those particular types of things. So, some of the steps that I use to develop mission statements is, one, I thought about what the world needed and, problems that were out in the world that I felt like, maybe I could help solve or I was interested in solving. So I've always been a techie into computers and information and, I've always loved to read. So those different types of things. So thinking about that and what was kind of missing, and also where a lot of the majority of the money is being made in the tech sector now. So I thought that was a problem and an industry that I kind of wanted to get into. And I've always had an affinity, towards, influencing and empowering the Black community as well. So that's why that's the market that is extremely important for me to kind of help solve. But then also, it's not just thinking about a problem. It's how you want to tackle that problem and what unique features and skill sets do you have to really make a dent in the world. And for me, it was systems development. So anything dealing with abstract systems, I'm good at. So, ironically, or to the contrary, anything dealing with mechanical systems, I'm absolutely terrible at. I'm the worst at giving directions or receiving directions and those types of things. But if something's more abstract in terms of a concept, turning that thing from an abstract into something that isn't a reality is important to me. And, I'm thankful that I actually went through engineering to really, help figure that out in my life. And lastly is, think about not just the problem, but, who it helps solve, or who, I guess, your solution, can help in regards to actual people or animals or whatever else it is, but whatever you care about, making sure that it's large enough to really make a dent in the world as well. So after, a few iterations of that, you combine those three different things into something that you create as in terms of a one sentence actionable statement. So you notice everything that I've said before was really just one sentence long, or even a phrase, because it's short, quick, to the point, and communicating that vision with others is extremely valuable as well. So yeah, so that's where I'm at, and it's helped me in regards to staying focused with the current activities that I'm doing, and just laying out step by step, piece by piece, on how I want to tackle different problems, and make a positive impact on not just my life and my family's lives, but the world as well. So, beneath this video, go ahead and share with me what your MTP is. If you need help developing it. A book that I highly recommend is Bold by Peter Diamandis. I can never pronounce his name right, but it's an excellent book, and he goes through this same thing, but he calls it massive transformative purpose. So, for example, Google's massive transformative purpose is to organize the world's information, or TED is ideas worth spreading. But it's a great book to really help you with this process as well. So that's about it. Up until next time, I'm Lawrence Watkins. Take care and have a great day, and look forward to hearing from you soon.